Hello there, it's Dave Cook from VG247 here, playing some Mario Kart 8 on the Wii U. And it's good fun, really. It's a Mario Kart game, you know, and I think if you've played those games before, you're going to know what to expect. It's not a bad thing, of course, because they've kind of made it their own, you know, it's their own genre now. You know, there's not a lot of karting games going around anymore, because they can't compete, really. I mean, what more can you really do to this format to make it better? I don't know. I'm not a game developer. I just write about the damn things. But anyway, no, it's a great format, and Nintendo really have got it down to a fine art now. And while, you know, this game doesn't really add anything that changes up the genre too much, but it's, you know, it's got the little anti-gravity bits here. Look at this. I'm actually driving up a waterfall. How cool is that? Yeah? See? It's good. But anyway, yeah, no, it's fine, it's fine. And the anti-grav bits don't really change up the gameplay too much. You're just basically racing on the same sort of track, but it's like up sheer walls, along horizontal bits, on the ceiling. It's mental. You got the flying bits, you know, from Mario Kart 7, with your hang gliders and all that sort of stuff. You got the drift mechanic from the 3DS game as well. You know, where you know, if you hold a tight turn, power slide for a while, you get a little turbo boost. It's cool. And actually, that really makes you think about how to chain corners and stuff. Like you can pretty much drift around like big parts of a course. You know, if you know what you're doing, if you know the layout well, you can turbo boost your way right around the course. And I think you need that for online. I always find that with the 3DS game that I got my ass handed to me because I wasn't, you know, boosting the whole. You know, every single corner can be boosted if you know what you're doing. And that's cool. That's like a really competitive, strategic, kind of fine art, kind of, you know, you can practice and get good at that. Tell you what though, the track design is awesome. Like this is Bowser's Castle right here that I'm kind of getting smacked about on, but it's cool because it mixes up all the hang glider bits, the anti-grav, and there's all these little touches like the flames flying everywhere. I mean, this is a good looking game. Like, don't get me wrong, and I don't just mean good looking game on the Wii U. You know, it would look good on even the new gens right now. You know, sure, okay, it's not Forza 5, it's not Killzone Shadowfall, whatever. But, you know, it's still a nice looking game. It's got that kind of cartoony, kind of Pixar-esque vibe about it. It's very clean. 60 frames, I think. I haven't, you know, there's no official word on that, but, you know, it looks to me like to the naked eye, it looks like 60 frames. The video might not represent that, of course, depending on the quality you're watching. But you know, sitting here actually playing it on my console, it's pretty slick and fun. That's the point here, right? Nintendo games are designed to be very, very good fun, and no matter what your view of them, I mean, it's hard to deny that Mario games are really well designed. Maybe not so much like the new Super Mario Brothers games. You know, they are well designed games as well, but compared to something like, you know, Super Mario World on the SNES, which was a colossal achievement in pacing and rhythm and momentum, you know. But this is good. I mean, the tracks here are all very fun. You can pretty much memorize like them, you know, really quickly just because they're so well defined, and each you know, there's little sections like this. You know, everyone knows the eel bit from Dolphin Shoals, right? That bit there, because like it's quite well defined. But I tell you, there's loads of shortcuts, and I'm still finding some. You know, and I've been playing for quite a while now. I finished all the cups. In fact, there's like 4 cups. You know, just like the other games, and also like the 3DS game. There's 4 sort of, I guess, retro cups as well with old tracks. There's not as many SNES ones as I would have liked, but I guess they've retread those already, and it would be a bit cheap to do them all. Well, what I do like is that they're not just straight copies of the old tracks. You know, there's Donut Plains 3, remember the one with the stupid moles that jump out of the mole hills and jump on your face and stuff? That's back, but it's full of like cool boost pads, and I think there's not an anti-grav bit, but there's some cool boosting sections and some hang glidery bits, which is kind of cool. And Mario Circuit's crazy. Like there's this whole bit where like it looks like the ground's been ripped out of the earth, and a big whole section of Mario Circuit is now like in the sky, and it's like a big, almost vertical. You'll see it. It's cool. And look, Rainbow Road's back. That's awesome. But now it's a big space station, and it's kind of cool. I wouldn't say it's as memorable. I mean, like, I don't know what the music's about. It reminds me of like Sonic Adventure, that J-rock, you know, wailing guitars and kind of cheesy, but Yeah, I really miss that original track. And this is a little tip actually, you should check this out. There's a band called the One Ups, like a jazz sort of lounge band who do Nintendo soundtracks. And they do an excellent cover of the Rainbow Road soundtrack, like the original. Seek it out. They did a music video on YouTube. It's a cool song. Check that out. Anyway, this is a cool track. This is Wario Mountain, or Mount Wario rather. And you can see here I'm actually on Wario Dam, actually driving along the front of it while doing boost pads. That's kind of cool. I like that because it's like really disorientating. But this track's cool because it doesn't have laps. It's like one big sprint. I think, you know, there have been tracks like this before in Mario Kart games, but it's like you start off in an airplane, you jump out the back, hit the piste, and then you sort of slide down the mountain, and it ends like a ski slalom, and there's a big cheering like crowd of Toads and Yoshis and stuff, and it's just lovely, you know. It's like drinking a warm mug of gaming tea on a cold day, and something like anecdotes that, you know, don't work, and metaphors that are... Anyway, that failed. But anyway, like, look, it's cool, it's good fun, like, you know, and it's fast. If you play in like 50cc class, which is like the sort of easy setting, it's not that fast, you know, that's your kind of entry level, I guess, to learn the tracks and stuff, but ramp it up to 150, and yeah, it's cool, it's nice and fast, it's cool, it's good fun. I mean, look at this, look, it's crazy. Look at that. And it just doesn't stop, it keeps on going. It's like, oh, I'm going to make it to the bottom, and it's cool. So yeah, what else have you got? Right, so after every race you get like a thing called, it's called Mario Kart TV, or MKTV, which is like a highlight thing, you know. It sort of like compiles all your best moments from a race, and does a little video that you can watch back and add like slow-mo effects and stuff, and then you can upload it to YouTube and stuff, which that's kind of cool. I quite like that. Because Nintendo games, I think, now really need more internet options. Like, you know, we've got these things as standard now, you know, Twitch streaming and YouTube, you know, publishing, share functions, all that kind of stuff now. Nintendo's still catching up in that department, and that's not, you know, I'm not bashing Nintendo. You know, it's a different kind of demographic, different kind of company, different values, you know. And if everyone did the same thing, it wouldn't be very fun now, would it? But it's good to see them doing it with this kind of game, because it's competitive, you know, there's a lot of competitive nature to it, and you know, you want to show off your favourite laps and stuff, and it does a good job of condensing a race down to like the highlights, and it's kind of cool. I can't actually show you it just now, we're not allowed to show it off just yet. I think they want to keep it a bit of a surprise until the game comes out, but that's fine. We'll probably do another video once it comes out. Yeah, what else to say? So I just got zapped by the lightning power up. That's back. And there's a few new ones as well. There's the air horn, which basically, like, you know, will deflect anything, even the blue shell, but you have to time it right. And that damn blue shell is just so annoying now. Honestly, like, I know we've all got used to it. It's a very cheap, very lazy rubber banding mechanic, you know. And I'm a firm believer that if you're good enough to like make it to the front of the pack and win by a clear mile, just let them do it, you know. Just let them win. I don't understand this babying of, oh no, like, everyone's got to get a fair shot, you know, everyone's got to have a fair chance to win the race, and we don't want one person to really win and make everyone else feel better. Well, I don't care. If you're good enough, you should be able to lay waste to everyone, you know, that you've earned that right because you're good enough. But yeah, I've made peace with it. It doesn't really sound like it, but I have. But the annoying thing is, in this game, I've been hit by that blue shell so many times in first, right? But number 2 is not far behind, and I get overtaken by like second, third and fourth, and that shouldn't be that way. It should be if you're miles ahead, right? And this is like near the end of a race, you know. I've been hit by that blue shell near the end of a race before, and overtaken, and just barely clawed it back. That shit, you know, that could have cost me a game, and if I'm playing online, you know, that's going to really annoy me, and it's not fair, you know, but whatever. Right, I'm rambling about it now. Clearly I do care, to some degree, or else I wouldn't be mentioning it. But anyway, look at this track, this is cool. It's in an airport, which is really odd. It's kind of Mario Sunshine themed. And yeah, you sort of slide around this bit in the air, and I love this bit. You can't see it here, but you parachute back down just as a plane's taking off, and you can actually get hit by it if you're well, I was going to say stupid, but not if you're stupid, if you're careless. That blue shell, see, look, and that's the boomerang plant thing. That's cool. You can actually catch the blade that you throw, the boomerang blade, on the rebound and use it again. That's kind of sweet. What was I saying? Yeah, so there's more new weapons as well. There's I think it's called the 8, the Super 8, or the 8, I don't know, something to do with 8 because it's Mario Kart 8. It basically gives you like a ring of like all the power-ups in the game, and I think you get to shoot 3. I think you have to time it. They spin around you and you have to launch them as they pass. I think that's how it works. I've never had it because I've never been that far back in the pack enough. Like, this is another thing. You get less power-ups if you're at the front of the race, which I guess is fair. You know, because you want to give the people who need to catch up a bit of an advantage. But you know, against the AI, and the multiplayer servers just went online, so we're going to do a separate, proper multiplayer video soon. But yeah, there's also a battle mode as well. Remember that from the SNES game when you've got the 3 balls and you have to burst them all, and that's back. And I reckon I'll work that into my multiplayer video once I do that, so that's cool. But I mean, this is a really whimsical track, and you know, it's weird because it flips between the beanstalk in the clouds to Bowser's battleship, and then you go up this ramp here, hit this blue anti-gravity thing, and you fly, and then look, it's like a big storm cloud thing, and the speed pads can get hit by lightning, and if you're unlucky enough to be on one when it does, you get shrunk down, and you can be flattened. So that's something to look out for. It's cool. There's like so much variety in every track. And like, try to tell me that doesn't look nice. Like, I mean, it's lovely. And Baby Rosalina's awesome. She's my favourite character, just because. If you beat someone who's playing as Bowser with her, they're gonna feel pretty silly. But she's cool. So yeah, oh, I forgot actually to mention that there's bikes in this one, and they do change the handling a bit. Now, I'm not really much of a racing guy in that I don't play simulator games that much, like Gran Turismo and stuff, so I'll probably get this wrong. But I think they oversteer the bikes, so they turn tighter when in a drift. And at first I wasn't expecting that, and I was playing a track with like drops on either side, and I fell off quite a lot because of that. But yeah, they're a little bit faster from what I understand. But the drifts are harder to maintain, so in the name of balancing, yeah, they're not as, you know, they stumble in a few areas that karts excel. But you also get like kart customization options, just like in Mario Kart 7, where you can change the wheels, the type of parachute you've got, the chassis. But I think within each class, you know, so bikes or karts, they're pretty much identical. I don't know if the wheels change anything. Like, I think maybe the big quad bike wheels might have more grip, and there's smaller kart wheels that kind of look like shopping cart wheels, but I think maybe they're, I don't know, more slidey or something. Yeah, this is like, you know, again, we're not a review site, so I don't get to play these games during work hours, but so I haven't played it as much as I'd like to, but that's why we're going to do more follow-ups and more videos and stuff. You can actually read my sort of, like, I guess my first, you know, 5-6 hour impressions on the site now, so that's cool. If you want to, you know, get a sort of early impressions, I suppose, of what's going down. But you know, I've played all the tracks, I've played all the modes apart from battle mode, and yeah, I'm struggling to find really bad things to say about it. I'd say that, you know, some of the tracks do deviate now away from the games. Like, this is the Electrodome, which is a good track, don't get me wrong, it's awesome. It's really weird, it's kind of like a music-based level where parts of the floor will change up the track. Like if there's a weird bit of echo and stuff when you go over it, and it's just really nice to see the Yoshis and the Toads, you know, dancing around, having a good time. And again, you know, it's just a charming, lovely game. But that I think that kind of makes it a harder game to fault for some people. You know, the fact that it is very, you know, lovely and very innocent and very sweet. Obviously, you know, we're in the business of praising these games, so you know if they're worth buying or not. And you know, if you love the old Mario Kart games, then I'd say definitely, you know, you would not feel bad for buying this. That of course depends on whether or not you want a Wii U. This is the thing, you know, it's interesting because so far the Mario Kart 8 console bundles are, you know, they're quite reasonably priced, I think. You know, I can't speak for everyone, of course, but you know, I would consider it. Especially like, you know, there's quite a good slate coming up. You know, we've heard rumours of a new Mario game, Bayonetta 2, which I've played and is awesome. I was going to buy a Wii U for that anyway. Yeah, so, and the main thing is, like, it's so nostalgic, right? If you really like the old Mario Kart games, any of them, you know, you'll know what to expect. It's got that familiarity that Nintendo games have. You know, Mario games are always going to feel like Mario games, same as Zelda. Metroid kind of had a change when Prime came out, and that was quite radical. But you know, you can depend on these games. You know what you're getting. But that in no way with Mario Kart 8 makes it less fun. You already know how it's going to handle, but yeah, it's just, and especially, and this is the other thing, you can use like so many different controller types to have a great split screen local experience. And I really miss that. I really miss that from like old school days. So yeah, that's everything, you know, so far we've got to say about it. We're going to do more videos and more things, you know, after the reviews come out today. And yeah, so I've been Dave Cook from VG247, and thank you very much for watching. Bye.